evening. Welcome to Where Are They Now? I am your host, Dianne Hart, and I have the awesome pleasure of interviewing one of the baddest saxophone players you all have ever heard of or have ever seen, Mr. Duane Parham. So I want to thank you, Duane Parham, for joining me this evening on Where Are They Now?
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, I've been reading about you and listening to your music. I'm happy that you're allowing me to do the interview. So thank you very much for being here with me this evening.
I also thank you, Papa. Just chatting about just different things, and he surprised me with the interview. I was not looking for it, but I think yeah.
Absolutely. He's happy to have you on. Were you born in Detroit?
Yes. Okay.
Where in Detroit?
Well, Detroit, Michigan, and I don't remember the hospital right offhand.
We don't have to quite go back to the crib, but where? East side, west side?
Okay, the west side. I think it was the west side. Actually, I was a baby, so I don't remember.
You know what I mean. When you started to grow up, where were you? East side, west side? I'm sure your parents told you.
We kind of did both, east and west. Started off, we stayed on the street, see if I can remember that street, of Duane. And I was a baby at that time when we lived on Duane. And then I believe we moved to the east side on the street called Townsend, right between Mac and Goat. And that's where, I kind of grew up there. And we stayed on Townsend. We stayed on Sheridan. And then my parents moved to the next street over, a couple blocks down on Townsend, and my dad managed the apartment. And growing up at the apartment building was quite fun. I recall when I was just talking with my daughter about how Mom used to walk us around the corner to the church. Put a few nickels and dimes in my sister and I hand, and she said, "Be sure to put this in the basket in church." Started off at church over on the east side. And then we moved back to my grandmother's home on Sheridan. And at that particular time, her brother lived downstairs. And he would take us to church on Sunday. And I remember we used to attend a church called New Salem Baptist Church. And my uncle Honeyboy, my mother's brother, affectionately known as Honeyboy, he would take us back and forth to church, him and his two kids and his wife. And I just remember just fond memories of that. And on the corner, I think, and we started bowling when we lived over in that area. We used to bowl at a place called Mac Bowl. And across the street from Mac Bowl was the infamous pool room that guy, Detroit guy better known as one of those pimps. It was Iceberg Slim.
Okay.
Place over there, and I recall reading something about him. When he went to prison, he started writing, and he wrote a lot of books. And but that's my little story on the east side, and then we moved to the west.
Okay. What school did you attend?
I attended. Let me say this: I went to Biddle Elementary School, then Weber Junior High School, and then Northwestern High School. But my parents moved to Northwest Detroit, and I graduated from Cooley High School. And about a year and a half at Shaw College, and music took the best of me. So I didn't finish, and here I am playing some of everywhere, doing some of this and some of that, and I enjoy operating my nonprofit, Educational Art Society. And we give away free musical instruments to young kids and teach as well. Anyone who has the desire to want to learn. And we've kind of been inactive since the pandemic. And about to really get full-fledged ahead with the production.
How old were you when you started playing the sax?
Well, let's see. Actually, I was 14. I played 14. I played the trumpet, and a lot of the kids on my block played trumpet, and I couldn't fit in. I couldn't get in nowhere with that trumpet, and I had a lot of health issues around it. Excuse me. I had I was born with a hole in my heart,
Uh-huh.
asthma, and eventually they call it rheumatic fever. And I was always told that I couldn't play because of the asthma, and I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. But like I used to say, I take on that bumblebee feeling, saying bumblebee is not supposed to fly because of the weight and the wingspan, but he didn't get that. I didn't get it. And I believe that blowing on the instrument really healed my lungs. And
Right.
truly believe that people say now, how do you get so much wind? Well, I've been doing it for so long, I got practice of breathing this way, so it really helps. I've been chasing asthma. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. I understand that you were inducted into the Detroit Legends of Jazz Hall of Fame at a very young age, probably was one of the youngest people inducted into that Jazz Hall of Fame. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Well, I was pretty much surprised about it, and pleasantly surprised when someone, Charles Lightfoot, he nominated me, and rest is history. They nominated me, and then they chose me, and that was a wonderful thing.
I'm certain it was. Were you totally surprised? Well, how old were you at that time? Because it says that you were one of the youngest you were at that time.
I was 25, I believe. Yeah. And that particular academy was here back when. It's no longer here now, but I'm grateful. And I look on my wall and look at the plaques and stuff, and I say, wow. And at that particular time, I remember I was asked to play with downbeat #1 jazz organ, Charles Irwin. And I was asked to put the band together for Charles because he was playing at a club called Watts Club Mozambique. And at that age, I really, I don't know. I don't know what I was playing, but I guess it was something because they had me on the gig. And they had this big sign, and the sign spelled my name, Dwayne. And
Right.
to me, it was Duane. So I remember taking it home to my mom. Look, I'm on this big poster. And she looked at it and she looked at me and said, "It spelled your name wrong."
That's not really you. That's somebody else.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled to have my name on there. So she says, well, that's not the way I spelled it on your birth certificate. So, yeah, so ever since then, I always, manager or who's ever handling my business, I'll make sure that they spell my name right or my mother's.
I know that's right. Your mom was going to be pretty upset if they misspelled your name. Can you tell me a little bit about who influenced you?
My influence, I believe if anybody played the saxophone, their first influence should be Charlie Parker. That should be one of the first major studies that they should get into, is listening to Charlie Parker. But then there's John Coltrane, there's Cannonball, there's more modern saxophonists like Joe Albright. You have so many different players to listen to. Wayne Shorter, this is a number of players.
Right.
I can't just say all the well-known, famous people that play. In Detroit, you have so many great saxophonists and musicians here, period. So I can't block out knowing people like Teddy Harris Jr., Thomas Bean Bowles, Wendell Harrison, Kenny Garrett, James Carter. It's just so many players here, just so many.
Yes.
I remember when Ernie Rogers used to have a club downtown called the Rapper House. It was actually a school. The only place my parents would let me go on a Friday night and stay to 7 and 8 in the morning. Now, 18, 19, and I would go down to the Rapper House, but they knew I was going to be down there with other enthusiastic kids like myself,
right?
Musical instruments, because a lot of the stars would come down and see the young people down there, and you might get a chance to play. And if you're not sounding too good, Ernie Rogers had this big hook. He'll hook you right on.
He will pull you up. Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to play Your Precious Love, and then we'll be right back. And we're going to continue our conversation because I understand that you've been doing some amazing things. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things that you've been doing. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
You're watching Where Are They Now?
Hello, Tammy. This is Duane. Did you get a copy of the track?
Yes, Duane, I heard it. I really love it.
Couldn't have did it without you. We ready to go to press now. Worldwide. Okay, talk with you soon.
DP, audio's good. It's a good song. But you gotta have a video. Let's just keep it real,
Yeah, Butch. You're right about that. Man.
you for continuing to watch Where Are They Now with Mr. Duane Parham. You have been doing all kinds of things. You're an instructor, teaching at a college, written a book, or have you written more than one book? And that book is, can you hear me now?
Follow-up is entitled Encore. And we were talking about, I think you mentioned Your Precious Love. It's a cover song covering Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell's Your Precious Love. Actually, on the saxophone, I'm playing the Marvin Gaye part, and a vocalist, young, awesome singer from Detroit. Her name is Tammy Terrell Davis. She's one awesome singer, and I'm just honored to have her working with me on the product. And we did we did two other covers, and the other song she sung on the album that I produced was Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing. And
oh, yes, I know that.
The version that Aretha sung, she slowed it up, something totally different. And Tammy nailed it. And then we did one of Heat Wave and we did something different on that. And happy to say we had the original Vandella singing with us on that. Oh,
okay. Listen, you've been doing all kinds of things. Are you traveling right now? Are you just stationary? What's going on right now?
Right now, I'm stationary and hoping to finish up the rest of the project. And I have a couple of other things I'm doing here.
I know.
Two few projects. One, I just finished the video on Dr. King. I've been licensed by the heirs of the state of Dr. Martin Luther King on some music and poetry. And what's so significant about it is that I can use the 37 seconds of the I Have a Dream speech on the poem as well as the song. And I just decided to redo the poem for this year. And next year will probably be song, and I may even do something different with the poem. Because this time I had two sets of ministers from well-known churches in Detroit. We did an audio, a photo video, and then I did a thing with the females. I call it the sheroes and the heroes.
So you say you sang with them? Or you just played?
Well, I played.
Okay.
And I wrote it as well. The third version, I just did it myself with different shots from Dr. King and different stock footage. And the other two, I had some well-known ministers from Detroit.
I can tell you that I did watch Martin's Dream, and it is phenomenal. Everybody is they're really going to enjoy Martin's Dream.
You, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
There once was a man who passed our way, fulfilling a prophecy, many might say. Martin was his name, and equality and brotherhood was his pledge to fame. Oh, he taught nonviolence, peace, love. This man was meek because his strength was from above. They tried to kill his dream for all, but it only grew like an echo down a long, dark, empty hall. Martin had so much in his life to give, but some did not accept him while he lived. Now the dreamer is gone, but the dream, it lives on. As the years go by, others will tell the story of this great man who has gone on to glory. But I only wish that he had been better received and all opened their hearts to truly believe. Now there were some who knew what the dreamer meant, for truly Martin was heaven sent. As people stop and look at his picture today, they will see a preacher who lived and died just to show us the way.
I have a dream. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
You nailed it. I was just all excited about it. It's just wonderful. Yeah, what a tribute.
The first time I was at a church called St. James over on the east side of Detroit, and James Jennings, he let me, he's a senior pastor there, he let me perform, and I knew I'm a saxophonist. I just, I can pin some things and I don't, but this I really enjoyed doing it. It took me a year to write, and this time I performed that song, that poem. Yolanda King was there, and after I finished it, I played one of Dr. King's favorite songs. And I got the chance to be introduced to her, and she had a tear in her eye. And I said to myself, "You've done good, son. You've done good." So then I said, "This is something that I'm going to record." And I sent it into the King family, to endorse it. And I got it back from with this letter that congratulated me from Dexter King's best friend, I think Jones. And then I wanted to have the King endorse it, but the name Dexter told Dexter, and he sent me he came to Detroit, the book signing, and at that book signing I got that letter from him signed.
That's wonderful. Tell us a little bit about where we can find you now, on what social media outlets, wherever you may be. Where can we find you?
I am everywhere on the internet, and you can go to, let's see here, DuaneParham.net. That is DuaneParham. I'm at oh gosh, I'm trying to think of
Facebook. What's your Facebook handle?
Facebook, Duane Parham. There's a Duane Parham 2. There's a Duane Parham with me holding my soprano saxophone. And if you go to my website, you can reach my YouTube page. You can reach my Spotify page. You can reach my Facebook. You can reach everybody. Just go to one page, and I don't have to remember all those things. And
and that's a wonderful thing where you don't have to try and remember. So maybe I need to do that for mine, right? Go to my one page and find out all about me from that one page. That's great. Let me just ask you this. What is it like being a teacher to many others? What would be some words of wisdom you might give to some of your students that are taking music from you, learning from you?
You're giving, you're going to receive. I mean, you can't, if you're not giving nothing, you're not going to receive anything. If your hand is like this, it's a wrap. It's over. And I find myself teaching. When I was teaching, I taught at Mary Grove College, and the after-school program that they had for people who want to continue their education. And I had 3 or 4 different classes of music. I had From the Basement to the World, private instrumental lessons, and harmony, things of that nature. And I see some people that I taught, they light up my life, just telling me the experience they had. And I taught at St. Ambrose Middle School, middle school at one time. And And it's a wonderful thing to be able to teach. But I say this, anybody that plays a musical instrument, if you want to heighten your knowledge of music, teach. Because what you teaching somebody, you get a chance to get it embedded in your head and in your system. And that works for me. That works for me.
That's great. So listen, we're talking to a gentleman that I don't know what to say about you. You've done everything. You've been inducted to the Hall of Fame for jazz. You've taught school. You've written books. I mean, hey, Martin's Dream, I think it'll probably be a movie at some point. So we'll be able to say, look, he's done some of everything. So I just want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to interview you for Where Are They Now? Detroit Hot TV. 30 minutes is not nearly enough time for a gentleman like yourself with so many things that you've done. So I'm looking forward to being able to interview you again. So thank you so much for allowing me to do this tonight.
Okay, and I ended by saying, if you go to my website, you can get a copy of the prologue and the chapter 1 of my audio book, Can You Hear Me Now? For free.
You all heard it right here on Where Are They Now? Thank you so much. Seeing you again soon.
Thank you for having me. God bless.